Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Penguin Academy team analysis for the Team England Virtual Grand Tour. Representing Team England, we have Torquemada, but this time he is playing or trying out Elven Union, Pro Elves, or Onions, as Jim likes to call them, because there are no vampires on Blood Bowl 3, and his opponent, who is Hammy for, let me double check, I think it's Team Geordies. It is Team Geordies. Didn't want to play on Fumble. So, Torque graciously decided to play Elven Union instead. I'm not entirely certain what use this game is because there's almost 0% chance that Torquemada takes Pro Elves to Euro Bowl. So this is just a random game between these players. But as it's part of the tour, I'm going to cover it anyway. And it's an interesting matchup, Pro Elves into Amazons. It'll probably happen a fair bit at Euro Bowl. There are some random voices in the background. You may hear Saul or Rogue chime in. You just have to ignore Saul. It's just part of life. Let's have a look at the builds. We've got, is that a Wrestle Blitzer? Hang on. What is going on with these builds? Right, so we got a guard big girl. Oh, we got two guard big girls. We got a block and wrestle piranha. And we have block linos and a thrower on the bench. With no skills. Okay. And for the Pro Elves, the stack has come in the form of Blodge Step Diving Tackle, which I hate. Actually, two stacks, and they're both Blodge Step Diving Tackle, so I hate it twice. Wrestle Lino, Double Dodge Catcher, and a Leader Thrower to give him a 4-3 roll. He's got one Apo and one bench, and the Amazons have no Apo and two bench.
Gonna lie here, it feels like a bit of an oversight to miss Wrestle Strip as a stack. It's a beautiful combination.
I just don't like the diving tackle thing. Like, it just relies on your opponent being shit. Like, it's really good against people who are shit. But, like, it feels like that's not good practice for the Euro Bowl. Although, you know, based on the matches so far, maybe it is good practice for the Euro Bowl.
Well, it is practice, so he gets to practice and learn that it's not worth it.
Yeah, hopefully that's what. I mean, he's not taking them anyway, so I don't. It's not really practice for Torquemada. It's just something interesting to watch. And he's lucked out. It's pretty good against Amazons. If he got orcs or whatever, it would have been absolutely useless.
I mean, Zon's with the two guards, you're just gonna outbash him.
Yeah, but they are armor 7, so POWs, can happen. But, like, Pro Elves are going to melt. That's the problem. One bench and the Apo. Not a great start there. And weirdly, doesn't do anything about, like, following up or anything. To, like, stick the diving tackle on multiple Zons. Safe moves at some time later. And then fails to pick up, so doesn't get the blitz. Not that he had a blitz with block or anything anyway, because Pro Elves come with 3 safe blocks per turn. Ooh. Amazon player decides not to go in. I was wondering if the Amazon player would just be rowdy as fuck and just jam his guards in. Force the dodgeless dodges from the Pro Elves, burn that 4-3 roll. Did not immediately die, so that's pretty good. Oh, a little bit weird. I mean, I don't mind it, but, like, I don't know what these two are doing. They didn't even move. Like, that feels like a bit of a waste. The position is fine. It's just a bit weird to have them further back, right? If they were just down forward, there and there, say, they would be protecting... Well, that.
Yeah, that's the kind of setup of someone who got burned by elves running by.
It's like, no idea what that was about. And then failed to pick up again. Wait, was that it? Is it raining? Hang on, hang on. It's raining! Sorry about that, people. I did not realize it was raining because I have the terrible pitches turned off. So you just have to imagine the rain on this glorious sunny day. Yes, giving up 2 dice on his blockless big girl is a bit of a problem straight off. Torque immediately took advantage of it. Could have been a disaster there. He has no Apo, so you want to be protecting those. Going in now, which is what you probably should have done already. Oh, I don't really like. Opening with the blockless blitz, not great. Oh, hello. It's a little bit tasty. Is he going in with there as well? Yeah, okay. We're going in. Let's fucking go. Let's go!
Yeah. The elves were a little wider last turn, so I guess they didn't want to commit and let them blow by. But now that the elves are a little bit more to the left, Amazons are free to commit.
They've formed a nice little pocket around them. They went down here. Doesn't get powed, so... Man, like that's a 3+ pickup. Now we know it's raining with most of his team based.
Yeah, running the ball in with the old team base is a bit risky.
Should have gone backwards for safety. Those were 1 in 36s to disaster. Sorry, Talk. That is a pretty shit play there from one of the better players on Team England so far this tournament. Ball should have just gone out of range of, I guess, this one. Stayed back to not be based because you're making 1 in 36s. If you go back and look, how bad is that right there? If that fails. This is about to dodge. Imagine that fails. That's pretty fucking awful, isn't it? It's just absolute disaster.
Actually, that one, there'd be a lot of tackle zones still on the way and stuff.
That's a strength 4. Both of that.
Yeah.
That's 2 dice. That's 2 dice. This one can come around the back. All you need is like maybe 1 4+ dodge to 2 dice the ball. In fact, like, I mean, to be fair, could just 1 dice the ball anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's just pretty bad. This should have been like down here and move forward next turn. Again, tabletop is not covering these 1 in 36 failure states is bizarre. Like they completely think they're immune to it.
What would you call this cage? This is like some kind of super cage.
Yeah, some kind of
How big it is.
really expanded cage. Interesting that he doesn't even bother to try the 4+2+. They just is like, nah, just get punched. That is a terrible blitz, isn't he? Oh, no, I'm ignoring me. That's not a blodger. That's the blodger. Okay, it's a fine blitz.
The lesson I would take from this from zones as well is that just going in all mans means your opponent's going to make like a 6 dodges a turn, which eventually should work out for you.
I would not have eaten that. I would not have. Like, I get reroll management and stuff, but we're halfway through the drive. You're echoing, so you're halfway through the drive, and you're putting pressure on this turn, and you haven't moved these players. Like, you absolutely don't eat that. And you also don't take it with her anyway. You take it with the wrestler, but you don't eat that. You need to put the rest of the players in for pressure. You should have moved them first if you were going to take that block and eat it. So that was some like pretty annoying. He's gone in with this pressure, and then not moved the free players, and then eaten a 1 in 36, which was only a 1 in 81 because he took it without block. But not moving these free players, awful. Allowing complete and easy escape.
It's all right.
It's better now, yeah.
Good, good.
Looks like he's going to do a... Yeah. He's made the box, so he's just going to do the chain. Gets the full power as well. So it doesn't even have to...
4-1.
an interesting choice there. That's not a screen with him. You might notice.
It's also not a sack prevented if that dodge fails
And
at all.
and again, that's filling the gap, and that's the one dodging from the one
Right.
that was holding that in place. If
Yeah.
that one fails, that's just straight through again. Lots and lots of like could
I see what you're
easily have
saying about
covered
this
it.
trust in the 1 in 36s, right?
Absolutely, yeah, all over the place. Just
How
not
many
a
is
care in
that
the
now?
world.
Actually, we're not very far through. It's got to be at least like 6 or 7
Easy.
disastrous like 1 in 36s,
Yeah,
right?
and once you hit 5, isn't it? It's a 1 in 9.
Something like that. It's not crazy, is the point.
No, I think the 5th 1 in 36 is a 1 in 9. That drops it to 89, and then after that's
Actually, good.
even worse than a 1 in 9, which
It's
is
good math to know offhand. I'll look that up later to double
it's
confirm.
either 4th or 5th. I think it's 5th, but I'm not a million
It's
percent
enough to
certain.
give a shit.
Hang on, I'll just do it now. I'll do it. Dodge or dodge.
Yeah.
2
Because, like,
plus change
everyone
player, 2
understands
plus
don't loan
change
or
player.
1 in 9, but everyone gets don't loan or 1 in
Oh, it's
9. But
4.
technically, here it's 4.
The fourth
See
1
that?
in 36 is the same as a 1 in 9. So if you're planning your turnaround 4 1 in 36s, you're basically planning your turnaround a 1 in 9.
Yeah, see, and it's not like necessarily speaking that you don't ever need a 1 in 9 to survive a turn, but also if somebody told you they were going to open up with a plan that involves like a blockless ogre hit, you would call them stupid if
Yes.
it wasn't necessary. And as a fun fact, the blockless ogre hit is much more likely to succeed, technically speaking, because you can at least attempt the loner reroll on the 1 in 9, right?
Yeah, and you can even
So
see the
there you
thinking
go.
in this one. Like, this guy's too far forward because he hasn't planned his turnout. So when he moved this guy,
Yeah.
he wanted to screen with him because he went here first and then moved up
Mhm.
to screen with him to stop like the Amazons filling this gap because he'd moved him too far forward. If he was 1 or 2 back, just 1 back would have been enough, and this one was 1 back. That's a screen then. But putting him there to screen with him meant you had to do another 1 in 36 to fill the gap
So,
to fix your own mistake.
so I don't think you have to do any of this coming up, but is there not just going to be a chain, like a yeah, there's going to be like a double chain to put a carrot, like put that down player on the ball and then sack, right?
I mean, he hasn't moved yet.
If you wanted it. If you wanted it, you could sack the ball with 1 dice this next turn just by coming over with 2 players to the right of that elf, filling, and then creating like the double chain push down this way. You blitz in to finish the final one. No, block in this way. Over there, right there. Yeah, you can.
How are you? But you can't
Pain in
blitz.
the ass.
That's
A lot
on
of
the
fun.
floor. You can't blitz to push him in and blitz
No,
off
no,
the
no.
floor.
No. You push that to the bottom right instead, and then you can continue the chain through the right block this way to there. Yeah, like that. You're kind of eyeballing it.
Oh, I
So
mean,
the blitz,
so you have to
it's too many.
so
It's too many.
you have
It's
to
too
block.
many.
You have to fill all of these and these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's basically going to take the whole team to
Yeah.
sack a ball. It's not worth it. It's just interesting that it's on. I like it. It's fun. Sorry, couldn't help but see the shape. Like, it's never worth it because then the elves just pick it back up on a 2 and you go
Yes,
cry.
that's the
But
problem.
yes,
It's the vampire problem.
maybe earlier. Maybe if you were like turn 2 or turn 3, because then you don't so much care if they do, fuck off.
See, this is why I said you should play vampires. That's the vampire problem you just described. Every single turn you can see a sack because you have all the options to, you have all the tools to sack the ball every single turn. But
Yeah,
you have
but the
to
sack
push it through to what happens after you sack.
But the super fun sack that I just saw was fucking cool, and vampires are fucking lame. So there's the problem there. Sorry, no offense.
Can't believe you didn't say they suck. They're the worst.
Oh, yeah, it is a really missed opportunity. Yeah,
This is a weird. Is it going to be a grid here? Yeah, okay. Forming the grid. I mean,
kidnapping
this
smells.
is just a lino, but you got to care about it, right? Like this is
Yeah.
on a thrower on turn 5. Got to care about this guy, surely. You got to at least make him do like a 2+ dodge or something.
Or just leave a safety in the vicinity to force the score on turn 5.
The wrestler is there fine to do that, right? If he
Well,
if he ignores him next turn, then on turn 6 he can throw it to him and go and stand in the corner.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Crazy to leave him up there like that. Look how bad these pro elves are out of position. Oh, that's no.
Yeah.
No, Talk, no. Don't have him be hittable.
Half the team just completely trapped, separated.
Oh no, I like blitzing him. I like blitzing him. You get to block these two, and you get to like grid across the screen, across the entire pitch. And these are now stuck in the
Yeah.
half and trying to score a 3-turn against you. Oh, might be able to surf him.
So obviously, yeah. A little late for a surf to be a good plan here, though. It's going to take up 3 pieces, right?
Well, roll pushes anyway, so.
I guess what else are you going to do then, yeah?
Blitz, I think that should have been the blitz. That should have been the
Yeah,
blitz
on the
right
way
there,
out.
to come back and fill the middle.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Actually, you can
It's
blitz with
weird,
this.
right?
You can blitz with this. This is a
Is it,
strength 4.
Is it not weird watching them shunt with like the hit and run?
Yeah,
They
it's
like
so,
fly back.
so dumb.
Bizarre visually.
Oh, he is blitzing him. Okay. Bit weird,
Okay.
because that means that now this one can't get to fill the middle. Stun is good.
Oh.
Oh, dear. Did a 1 in 9 instead of the block. Okay. That was just badly organized, that turn, wasn't it? Like, has left a hole. Has left a hole here.
The in position's pretty okay, but definitely certain things could have worked out. In a different
This one could have been one to the left. That could have been the blitz, so you didn't have to do anything. And then this one here, who was just standing around, could have filled the middle gap here.
Yeah,
And then you got an actual like screen, and then there's a small area here, which I wouldn't even care too much about. I'd probably take that block instead.
either way, Pro Elves
'Cause the
definitely looking to make something happen soon because it's getting
Yes,
later.
that's why.
And,
Like, so if you did the block there, this one could have covered like there, and then the only weak spot is kind of here, like through one of these two in here. And look how far away the pro elves are. They're literally jamming themselves into this tiny space.
right, I was going to say all of that looks like trap space. at
Yeah,
that point.
so I'd be fine with that. You should have blitzed with there and then not had to do it. That 1 in 9 could have been an awful disaster. I wouldn't even have done it had taken the block, because I would have covered this middle one, which is the big weak spot that he left.
I mean, the Pelfs can barely get to the line of scrimmage to with their movement.
And here's the problem, right? Look, he could have covered that weak spot by standing next to it with guard, or even in front of it. To be honest, like
I was going to say if he stands there with guard, then the new weak spot is just hitting off the opposite direction.
there, maybe there.
Rely on it. Kind of falls back into that same level of like trap space, like how far are the elves moving through this, right?
Yeah.
Like because you're gonna
He's gone back too far because he's allowed the blitz here and then the elves to like claim some space in the middle. Whereas if this chick was in front or to the right, the space is here and the ball is here, so the space being here doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, my favorite in position for her was probably directly in front, honestly, with the strength.
But the elves taking that spot in the middle is like kind of good for the Zons because what does it do for the elves?
Because the elves can go through here now. Do a couple of rushes.
The Zons will collapse next turn. They're not going to leave it open next turn.
No, but you don't have to because of the nerves of steel. You need to be in scoring range.
What? No one's saying that they don't have to be in scoring range, but
I'm saying that if we were talking about why this is not particularly helpful, where you put it, it needed to be forward to stop this easy route through here.
Okay, I'm picking.
All right, well,
Welshman.
the discussion was on the team like taking that center spot, and that's what I was replying to.
Right.
You added a whole nother thing. Yeah, that's not what was being discussed.
I know, but that's what I was discussing. Like now, both of these are scoring threats with nerves of steel.
Yeah, that's a new topic, and yes, you're correct.
I don't like this kind of going half in thing here.
I don't know what. Like he's overbasing the nerves of steel people. He's forgotten the nerves of steel exists.
He must have, because this is just not enough. And then, like, okay, so you stop the screen there. I don't know, man. Okay. Oh, he's really forgotten. Oh, baby,
This is terrible. This is actively terrible.
Well, it's just an oversight of the skills, I suppose. Like
I mean,
it,
it's not just that. It's just terrible because, like, didn't tag this one to even move, so there's a free scoring threat.
yeah.
I mean, that Nos isn't going to do anything.
Okay.
I just don't think it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players to control that elf.
Yeah.
That seems a little high.
Another full power on the.
Now there's just scoring threats everywhere.
Oh,
Oh, gate dodge.
okay.
Really? You're
Okay. Casual 5-4-2.
Why not?
also, why gate dodge? Why is it just a fucking 3 right now to sack this ball with no defensive abilities?
Yes,
That doesn't seem
it's because that's got diving tackle.
Okay. Skills blind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of us have learned the new skills from
idea.
3 years ago.
Diving tackle is not good unless you're playing shitters like me.
However, ignoring the diving tackle, that's either a 5+ anyway to 2 dice the ball, or a 4+, 3+.
Oh no,
or
it's just a 3-2. Or like even without diving tackle, you still just have that around the corner on the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this one. 3,
So
2,
it's
2
still-
around the back.
Yeah, it disregards the rushes, so it adds 2-2 to it, which makes it a really good fucking sack, I think.
Yes, with 3 rerolls, that is 100% what this guy should be doing. Let's see if he does it.
Also, side note, diving tackle still only like
I don't like moving any of these players. It seems kind of pointless. 12, 11,
no.
10, 9, 8. This is the scoring threat, and you can't stop him. So there's absolutely no reason to move in these players. I would honestly, I would have waited and seen where the sack goes, then moved everyone.
Okay, so you can punch like in. But yes, this is okay. Let's just see. I'm curious.
Oh, nope, that's the blitz. That's terrible.
Oh, the fuck out of here, man.
And re-rolled into dub skulls for the free score.
Man.
Okay, well.
There we go. Good job.
Alright, so my dumbass looking at a gate, forgetting that diving tackle is a skill on Blood Bowl. Very good, but also 3-2-2 on the backside, really problematic. Recovery limited, but even then, worst case scenario, 50-50 to recover after. Could still be fine, couldn't it?
Did you see what just
Real
happened?
struggle of a drive from the elves, I think.
Good reroll there.
This was a re-roll. I don't know.
No.
And then why weren't we just giving the ball to him and scoring? I was a 1 in 9, by the way, because it is raining, remember?
Man, I can't remember a thing. I just look at the very normal pitch that looks completely fine. Thank
Raining.
you. It's raining. Did you know that, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Sure, I mean, he's got 2 re-rolls. Might as well grid against the 1 turn.
you know, while I'm lingering on that diving tackle, even if that was a gate dodge with diving tackle, I'd still take it.
If you couldn't
Even
get
if that
around,
was-
it's 55%. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you take it?
If it wasn't anything better, I'd totally take that. It's fine. Like
It's
not even that
55%.
really-
Yeah, it's not hard at all. But elves do that shit all the time. It's a
Yeah.
it's a standard dive for an elf.
it's just like why are we comfortable with, like, you're an agi coach, you know? You gotta do better than that.
Ugh, whole method. Completely unnecessary. Wastes a block. Pushing this way. So absolutely didn't need to do the
Yeah.
whole method
Strength-
with a full team.
Has a strength case to hit from the corner.
Yeah. Really didn't need to.
No problem.
People
And
just
guard.
don't seem to know how to do regular, like, 1 turns.
I think so. Well, also to be fair, this is a bad anti-1 turn as well. But yeah,
The gap should be over. The problem with the gap being over, to be fair, is the possibility of pushing past on the outside.
And we're
when you
yeah.
leave
That's
the gap.
why are we going? Oh, because the diving tackle's on the
The
right,
diving
and then it's
tackles
the
are over
fear.
here, so it's going that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes enough sense. At least justifies the decision because like it is pretty hard to get that far out.
I mean,
So like,
I don't think
okay,
he's going to do it anyway. It's a movement 7 one turn, like they're really hard with no frenzy. Like it's super hard to do a movement 7 one turn against a full team.
I tell you, I fucked up my movement 7 one turn in tournament today or this weekend.
Like
It
I
got
don't
real
even
close. I needed.
I don't think he's not done it right. Like
I don't doubt it.
how are you
It got
doing this,
rather
Mister?
close.
Like, can we just talk about the fact that there's absolutely no way for him to do this now?
Right, you have to fill in that square in advance, push up and diagonally,
You have to
and
push one of your own players forward to take an extra block from in front of the LOS. It's a movement 7 one turn.
mhm.
He has no extra block after this. So he's
it came
pushed him.
down
He's
to a
done a
fair
movement
one.
8 one turn with a movement 7 piece.
Well, that's why it's a practice match.
Yep.
So even if he'd have filled those in correctly, that'd have been one extra push. It's not a practice match for him. He's just a random dude playing Team England. The other guy is Team England.
I mean, still get your one. Always good to get your one turn practice in.
That's when I want to get my one turn practice in the middle of a game against a Team England player. Not,
Most of the time,
just by myself practicing.
you
That
practice by
was
yourself
just
a lot.
someone who did not know how to do a one turn with Amazons. I was just trying to make it up as he went along.
That's okay. Me too, brother. Me too. Without frenzy, I do not movement 7 one turn very well.
They're really
Not
bad.
against them.
Yeah, so for those at home, I'm not going to bother showing you all out, but if you have a movement 7 one turn and you don't have frenzy, you need to use one of the blocks in the middle of the pushes to push one of your own players into that isn't the scorer into the half, so that you've got an extra block at the end. You can't push all the 4 squares from the halfway line without frenzy because it's impossible. You can only block these people. You can only do a movement 8 one turn that way.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, I normally can be really hypercritical of shit, but quite frankly, it's okay if you're not so good at that one. It's pretty tough, and if you haven't memorized it before, like Homeboy's just a dude, like you said, right?
Even with
Honestly.
frenzy, like I wouldn't be able to do a 7 move.
Yeah, I
one
mean,
turn.
the frenzy one is the Dark Elf one, so if you play Dark Elves a lot, you should know how to do it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'd
not
never
too
play it.
bad. I was happy to figure out it's not too bad. I didn't really study it very much, but I was able to work through it on the fly. And it goes, but yeah, frenzy does make things so much easier.
So what? Were all your gutters injured? Is that why you do a movement 7 one turn?
Oh, I was Dark Elves.
So now we have the problem that Pro Elves will face, like all the way through Euroball, right? They've scored, but they're in the second half. They're a man down. They're about to take LOS hits.
Well,
They
they
could
always,
easily go another man down, and then they just draw.
well, they could always. Well, yeah, they will be more drawish for that, but they could always one turn themselves as well. Or
They could.
floating.
They're unlikely
And
to again be against nothing but 11 players because they're Pro Elves.
I just never see the point of playing elves that aren't dark or wood.
I think Union makes sense this tournament around.
It's this time the Dark Elves and the Wood Elves have been nerfed, and the Pro Elves have not. So it makes them a little bit like better as a choice. You have more tools to do something, which will help against
outside of
worse
that-
players.
When I look at tournaments and I see like wood elves and presumably dark elves unviable, that doesn't make me think that pro elves
Oh.
all of a sudden are viable.
Pro Elves do great in tournaments. They do
You-
phenomenally in NAF. They smash it, man. They kick its
Really?
kick in.
What do they have, man? They're just
Bad opponents is the answer to that. That's what
Shit.
they have.
yeah.
Probably the main answer. But also as a side note, like they get enough elves. Like I've got 12 elves in Apo and 4 rerolls. That's pretty good for elves, man.
Bear in mind, this is a 4+ pickup. Hasn't taken the block. Yeah, no, the real answer is just bad opponents. There are some
Yeah.
teams that
12 elves that can't do things is like
there are
that's
just
not
some teams that
enticing.
do so much better against bad opponents, and that's what it is. It's the fast moving dodge based teams. They do so much better against bad opponents. rats, woodies, pro elves, the fast opponent ones that take better advantage of opponents who don't know where the hell to put their players.
I think, like, in this case, like, they just make more sense than rats by a wide margin, because outside of maybe, like, packing in some Mighty Blow with a Roger, you're going to actually have more stability and survivability with your player base plus Apple.
Interesting,
And you
by the
have
way, he
better
just re-rolled to pick up.
Huh. Guess he was really scared of
I
that.
think he got a free reroll on the... Yeah, okay, he used his free reroll from the kickoff for it, which is okay then. He's still on 3. Oh, and there we go. Instead of the Pro Elves taking the removal, the Amazons roll Push Skull about 1,000 times. And get a removal of their own, and now a full power Disblodger. Into 2 removals, oh my days.
Oh, baby.
Well, okay.
Yeah, this is the problem that Pro Elves face, is that they're fucking awesome.
They can just dice people, yeah. That's
They
pretty good.
just smash you to bits. They actually have 10 Mighty Blow. A lot of people don't know that about Pro Elves.
When I
I
wanted
don't
Canada,
know why the ball is on the thrower.
the team that conceded against me was Pro Elf to coach.
The thrower doesn't have shoe hands. He didn't give it any skills. Why did it pick up the ball?
Well, ideally...
Oh my
your
god, this is
ball carrier never gets
horrendous.
hit.
This is horrendous. That is 5 blocks with block on blockless players that have rolled Push Skull out of 6.
Who's to say who's rolling the worst dice? Could be anyone.
That is absolutely atrocious dice. Kill him. Just to have some normalness. There we go, thank you. I should stop summoning these things.
Yeah, you...
I gotta remember my wizardly powers.
Well, you know, this is a recording, so it just clearly means you pre-watched.
That's what I've watched all of the games in advance so I can pretend. This is... I hope he's not going to do this every turn. This is a pro elf, like, this is a meme, like the gym hates. That pro elves, all they do is base the ball.
I mean, it doesn't even really... He didn't even do that.
No, he didn't follow to do it. No, maybe if he'd powed, he would have done it.
Maybe he would have on... I would bet that he would have on POW, yeah. He's just trying to support and bully up here, but, you know, like, there's a strength 4 guard piece or 2 that are going to
Full POW on the diving tackle. Gets to hit the thrower as well.
Doesn't die.
Rolls pushes, obviously. Okay. The double POWs on the bombs. Oh, follows up. Okay. Follows up. Okay, he's going in.
So you got a bit of a half scrum going for this half.
He's going in. It is in happening.
But is it going? What's the status on that?
Full and complete.
You know, my main problem here is it looks like the main play is just punching all the elves and not really worrying about it too much. As long as that diving tackle sidestep on the center there can be a real problem, I admit. Especially if you roll push again.
Well, the elves are just going to pray that they don't get injured, and they'll just keep boxing them up and hoping they go through every turn until they're still in a spot on turn
weird
16.
angle. I don't know what's going on there. Guess he's taking the ball out to the left.
Guess so.
Coming up
Just
here.
Decided to run up
Oh,
here.
surely. Oh, he's got guard. Doesn't have to put an assist. Oh, that's looking at. Oh my days. Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, that was bad. All of that was bad.
Oh, that's how you lose the game, right?
Yeah, it was a 1 in 9 to just lose. And there's the full power on the big girl straight away with a blockless block. But she's fine. So everything's fine. As long as they're fine, everything's fine.
Okay, then. Well, that was fun.
Oh. Ooh, 1 in 9. But he's an elf.
Turns out that's good sometimes. So this is also a
flat base. Yeah.
Put it on the center.
So
this is like the sweet spot for a nice sidestepper.
Yes, yeah. The
The
flat base is what you wanted to do with these guys. Like
yeah,
what you
they're pretty
shouldn't be
easy.
allowing with the as the Zons. So the difference between corner tagging and flat base for those at home is just how many squares you have to fill to get him off the ball. Like if he's corner tagged, you just put one there and blitz from this square and he's off the ball. But if he's flat basing, you have to fill 3 squares to the blitz to get him off the
Effectively
ball.
doubling the amount of coverage you need to protect yourself and guarantee the push off.
Yeah. So
So
I'm
that
gonna guess that
is
he's not gonna bother. I'm gonna guess he's gonna give the ball to someone
in
with
the range
Blodge. Yep,
of 4
he's gonna 1 in 9.
plus.
I mean, it's better than anything else he's gonna have.
I know, but
Not a
that's
1 in
just
9.
Another full power with another blockless block. Had a block with block, and it's taken 2 blockless blocks and rolled 2 full powers. Hawk having the considerably better dice.
get in front, man. No, you're not.
That's not gonna be good enough.
And it's a push. Congratulations, sir.
Did get him off the
Surely
ball.
up is the answer.
Yes, I don't know why he went down there. That was a really bad sidestep because that's exactly what happens next. If he'd gone up, he couldn't do that, right? He couldn't fill the square, so still be on the ball right now.
Yep. It's okay.
Well, this seems
How you
protected.
slice this one. Very sackable fucking ball.
It seems protected. I mean, it's a 1 dice, so, you know.
What are you gonna do? 2 plus 5 plus me? The elf fucking staple? You can't do that.
I mean, he can do it twice, right? Because he can dodge around and do it from there, and then he can do it from there.
Yeah, he gets many attempts here. In fact, if
Yeah,
he does that, he
could
can make
chain
an assist
down.
follow-up. So it's really 1 into 2. So
Chain
worth noting.
down. I guess he could. He could go there with him, and have that
the,
be a 2 dice.
Nothing fancy. Just push it on the side stepper, come over, and then create the assist. 2 dice, and then.
So you're gonna do a 1 dice here, right? Now that's to go there, but you could instead bring the assist first, and do this as a 2 plus, a 2 dice, and follow. Then when you do this 1 dice, this is a 2 dice, because he's still standing there.
Yeah, I see the point there. That's pretty interesting. So you punch there, go in there, and
Put this assist in now, block here, push over and follow. Then when you do the dodge around the back, this is a 1 dice, but this will be a 2 dice as a follow up. Because he'd still be standing there as an assist.
Okay, I mean, I don't hate it, especially because it puts the ball kind of closer to the pool of elves.
And instead we do a double dodge rush, 1 dice pow.
Either way.
Don't think that was.
No matter
I don't believe that was the right play, but whatever.
No matter how you slice it, it was just way too easy.
It was,
right?
yeah, it wasn't a protected ball, obviously.
Oh, don't get skittish about it now, man. Go in. Get up there. Don't push.
Yeah, just take the double down there.
Okay. Well, now there's a block on your guy that was on the ball.
Yeah, there's a bunch of possibilities going on here. Better hope you don't roll a full power on this guy on the ball, because...
Either way, I mean, no matter how you slice it, even though this can be kind of corrected, it has to get pretty lucky to do so, and this is an ugly position to be in, no matter what.
Oh, wrong one. If he'd blitzed there, you could have powed him, look.
Yeah.
Took a random block over here instead. And now he didn't pow him, and he's still on the ball.
Alright, well, elves win.
Oof. And then a 1 in 9 into pushes. The poor like Zons have had garbage. That's the wrong direction, isn't it? Why have you pushed that way?
I don't know, we've said that a few times now. I think they're just picking directions at this point, like with a dart.
I mean, this one could have come round and made that a 2 dice. If he both pushed the other way instead. Didn't bother. Did get a removal.
Remind me, Nerves of Steel doesn't apply to pickup, right?
No.
It's just handoff and...
Yeah, and it doesn't get rid of the rain either. It just gets rid of tackle zones.
Okay.
What's happening?
So,
okay, we've caught the ball. Okay.
Oh, he rerolled
And then
that.
immediately snaked. Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Makes it fun.
It certainly does. Stops that from being a free win. because he's very sackable. So just push him out the way. We got a guard here. We got a wrestler here, or a block piece here if you want to put block first.
Reasonable sack. Still tough to make much out of it afterwards, but I don't know. The elves are pretty crushed in here.
Oh no, okay. There was a player here to move. Not a
Guess he's
scoring
going
threat
for
now.
it.
Yeah, the problem is the turn. It's turn 15. This needed to be a scoring threat straight
there
off
it
the
is.
bat.
I lost track of that turn. Yeah, fair enough. Gotta re-roll that.
Gets the full pout.
No time to be shy. There you go.
Oof, okay.
And pretty great scatter.
I don't know what that one... What was that? Oh, no, it was a 2 dice. Just hoping for a pound. Got to re-roll the pickup.
3.
No, doesn't re-roll the pickup. Wait. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay, these 2 are scoring threats. So we got 3 scoring threats. Although this doesn't seem... This seems like a 4+ to just lose, right?
It doesn't even seem like a 4+ to lose, right? You just okay. So you take a dodge. You take 2 dodges. Okay. You push the blocks on off the top, and then Blodge Elf fucks off to the upper right.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. So that's 9. There's a lot of 2+ doing it that way.
No, just 2+ is all you need.
With who?
2 2+, sorry. So you can either take this Dodge Elf in the bottom left corner near that, not the down one. That one picks up later.
Yeah, I'm looking
Catcher.
to see. I'm listening to you, and I'm not clicking things that are relevant to you. I'm looking to myself.
You're okay. I'm looking at the stream too, so I'm having a little bit of a delay in my discussion. So the bottom left elf there, and then the upper right wrestle elf, and then the combination of those two just get this carrier off of the downed catcher, who then can basically run it back into even like a side cage if necessary, or I mean any number of things from there. There's quite a few plays here to actually get this one
I
safe.
like a completely different play.
What do you like?
I like a dodge 1 dice with him on the ball, on the person on the ball.
You're rolling 2 2+s anyhow.
Yeah.
Well, this is 2 with both.
So this goes there, right? This dodge, dodge, and then the 1 dice to push there.
Yeah.
Then this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 handoff, and then run away with the ball.
Oh. Art. So same concepts apply here. You hope for the 3+. You take that same upper left corner with your dodge elf, right? And then you're looking to push in. And then at the end of this, you're hoping for the 3+ with wrestle. If it doesn't happen, you can correct with other shit later. But now you actually can create a full screen and just run up into the left with, I think, 1 additional 2+ dodge with dodge, and then screen it off. So the ball's like completely safe. Well,
it's
the ball
not
is
though.
relatively
Yeah. That's the problem. That yours end up with the ball up here, which still means the Zons can score.
If they sack it, they can score, right? But I mean, I feel like the options are still going to be present either way for handoffs and things.
Because this guy can't really get out. Like he can only get to like here, unless you add in rushes. This guy's a 1 in 9 anyway, so we don't really want to add more 1 in 9s because we're already talking about a 1 in 9 pickup minimum. And then this is only a 2+2+. So I like the 2+2+ first, and then see what happens.
We differ in what we would do here, but that's okay.
I would do this. Yeah, I would do the 2+2+ because it has the least chance of like going wrong, right? And then that gives you complete freedom of this getting out and picking the ball up.
So you're gonna take a 2+2+ to sack that ball. Wouldn't you rather do this sack with 2 dice anyhow? Because the first 2+ is built in dodge, right? So at least that preserves.
If you're doing it with 2 dice, then he's going to be in a square you don't want him to be in for a screen.
It's okay in the interim because again, that other down dodge elf, it will add 1 2+ dodge with dodge, but I think it's okay in the end because then the rest of us comes back to the. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's see what they do. I think that's enough.
Hang on. 1, 3, 4, 5. So he can come out and cover.
The thrower can dodge up and complete the screen.
There's no point he can do it. He's better. He's got dodge.
Yeah, the dodge guy does it because he's better.
So, yeah. So your way keeps it down here, but screened. My way adds a 1 in 9 and keeps it utterly untouchable and unscorable.
touchable and scoreable. Maybe.
I mean, you could add another 1 in 81 and block him out the way, and this guy could be over here and literally just done. This game's over. But it is raining is the problem. If it wasn't raining, this is the minds to play.
I'm trying to avoid any handoff pass shit right now. Just
well, I mean,
trying
you
to
got to
make
pick
this
up the ball in a 1 in 9 in the rain, so like adding another 1 in 9 kind of sucks. I don't know.
That's fine.
I mean, this is pointless. That's absolutely pointless. Or you could just snake immediately with your first action, and then everything's just fine.
Well, that was play.
I think the snake was the punishment for this. Like, what the fuck is the point of this guy? You're 1-0 up. Like, there's absolutely no point in putting a scoring threat in.
So yeah, that was it doesn't matter what you do if you open with snake as your first dice.
It did matter. He could have been the assist and blocked him out of the way first because it's the 1 in 81. It's the least chance of anything going wrong. So there.
Either which way, Zon still have a 4+ pickup in the rain is not nothing.
No, but I still maintain that this was absolutely and utterly pointless. When you're 1-0 up, a scoring threat is the most useless thing you can do. Winning 2-0, no one gives a shit about.
I guess maybe the tournament mindset would be tiebreakers, but also like you're a squad, man. Like you're one touchdown there. If that's the difference between the tournament, I don't know. I'll eat my hat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like no way.
And tiebreakers are not usually touchdown anyway.
Depends where, but yeah, usually it's strength of record and then touchdown differential and then caps. It's the most common that I'm aware of. Yep, just picks it up immediately.
Well, there we go.
Was that just an unnecessary rush though?
I don't know. I couldn't be asked to count the other one. I think it was because the other one was a lino.
Right.
No. I mean, I think it wasn't because the other one was a lino, so he had to step right to pick up the ball, which meant that
it was a line.
I think
a block lino.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, if it's the same difference, then fair play.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell the positionals apart for me in a lot of these cases.
In the Amazons, it's impossible.
Right, thank you, by the way. The blockers, okay, I get it. And also they have unique skills on top, so like of course I'm just looking at red, right? Like that's the
block on even now I'm looking around and I can't tell who the Piranha Warrior is.
There's the ones doing like the Donkey Kong like ooh with their hands or whatever. They're doing like that little shimmy with the hands holding out like left and right.
Oh, it's these two. Okay, yeah, you're right. It is. It's them two. It's the ones. It's the
okay.
It's the T-posers.
There's a visual difference now that I finally like see it. Admittedly, there is.
It's too hard to work. I mean, it's easy from this angle because they're all dead flat. When they're all like looking in different directions, it's not. It doesn't look like this at all, does it? Let's talk about the one turn. So the one turn, I don't like that the strength 4 is here. Mainly because the obvious blitz is here, so putting the guard there is just better in case he did anything. Could have also put a guard in the middle of the pitch or used the strength 4s on the LOS. I don't know why we didn't bother doing that. What's the point of having them here and here? Like putting them on the LOS seems a lot better, right?
Yes. Also, can we? Both opponents this game were just like they're making the shapes way easier by not that it matters because everyone's just doing fucking hole method, but they're making the shapes way easier this way by like clustering in one clump like that. You just cube into it and it's fine. Like the shape's so easy to fulfill there.
Yes, and it also allows you to do we need a name for it. The extended hole method, where you blitz this one and push this one into a hole here to try and push around a screen.
Right.
I mean, I don't think he can because he's missing players, but for those at home who are wondering what it is, so if you don't, so for the first block, you can eat a POW. If you fill these squares and you blitz diagonally here and hit him, you push into the middle one and the hole is where the ball is. So on a POW, it doesn't matter because this one's the one you're going to be using to do the pushes. And he moves the whole thing along one. And then normally, if you've got a full team, which he doesn't, allows you to chain outside the screen. Like the ball could be over here even. And push diagonally that way. which gets rid of screen dodges. If you've got a full team, you could probably do that. He does not have a full team, so he can't. And I don't think that Talk was even thinking of it anyway, so because he put his LOS together.
So normally the convention is to take that player near the middle and move it one square to the
Yeah,
right,
have him in
dead
the center.
That one gap just makes it a little bit harder to play with the shapes. Like when you're looking at a one turn, this is a pretty piss easy one turn, to be honest with you.
I think the reason is to avoid that in this case. I think the reason if he's there and you're going to do the whole method, you blitz from this side, push there, and still try and chain him outside using this middle guy. But it's harder if, for example, that one is strength 4 and then that one is also guard. Like, because then it's harder to do the initial block because you got to tag him as well and you're down on players. So this wouldn't have been too bad, and the closed LOS isn't too bad if you utilize the strength 4 guards. Why have you fucking got them? There's no overtime. What are you scared about them? Die in? Get them on the fucking LOS.
And again, too, like if these, I like the front line being one square further as well, just to support and make it a little bit harder to take these initial hits. Like if you had strength 4 on the corners and a supported assist they couldn't get rid of on the side, it'd be pretty hard to actually get this.
Even get a hit, yeah. Strength 4 on both sides,
like,
and then the screen behind there. You got nothing.
Hey,
I don't even think you can get a one dice.
You actually get to see the end of the game now. That's an update.
It is an update. It was a
while
while ago.
Now. We actually got to see it happen.
Game just doesn't end, and then you have to go back and find out what happened.
Yeah. Anyhow, this was not that it's like their fault that failed, but like, just don't want to leave the one turn on this easily. There's way more the Zons could do here to make this harder. Really employ some push denial aspects, correctly shape up the front of the LOS, in my opinion.
I will say it wasn't bad. Like the game wasn't as bad as some of the others. It was pretty mid. No. Like it was okay.
No, we come on. Like some of these people out here are doing insane shit. Like
yeah. Like, I mean, compared to like the fucking Don Vito game or whatever, this is.
If our comparison's fucking Don Vito, these guys are Blood Bowl gods. They're doing fine. It's a lot of these criticisms are critical, yeah, but it's.
I would criticize my own game watching. So finding things wrong isn't a problem, right? There's something wrong in every game, but they were less wrong in that game than there was in quite a lot of the other games.
Yeah, we didn't even necessarily agree on everything. Shit, I missaw a thing and I would have done the wrong thing in a position. It's just, it happens, man. But it's good to talk about it and it's good to iron out like what's going right and what's going wrong and thinking through it. Like it's fine. But yeah. I mean, I'd like to. I wish I'd see more games like this from Team England in general. To be honest with you,
I would have been happy with a bunch of mid games. Yeah, if they were all just mid, and I was like, they're okay. Like that would be a massive improvement over what they actually were.
I still think the 3+3-2-2 sack on the ball though was.
They absolutely missed the sack. Yeah, and like obviously Hammy was worse than Talk, but like. That's to be expected, or Hammy would have been on Team England, like that's how it works.
Yeah, also not by an amount that was excessive.
No, I don't know how much Talk has played Pro Elves, to be honest. He's a pretty heavy vampire specialist.
Yeah, in his defense too. Right, like let's take a second. In his defense too, does he even work with Pro Elves?
I don't know. I'm just leaving it as I don't know, because if I go and check him on NAF and he's played like 200 games with Pro Elves, then I'm going to be sad. So I'm just gonna leave it at I don't know and be happy in my ignorance.
Yeah, more pointedly, I'm just saying, like, and there's room for, like, it's okay if he didn't have a completely knockdown, drag-out, spectacular game with Pro Elves. We have no clue how much practice he has with these guys. This is not what he's bringing to Euro Bowl.
Yeah, he's absolutely not taking these to Euro Bowl. Nobody else has even stepped forward with vampires. Talk is the one with the most experience with vampires, and I think Team England would be insane to leave Talk and vampires off the main 8. Literally insane. So, I mean, however, with that said, I have also seen other insane takes from Team England about the team makeup. So, like thinking that Woodies are the actual mistake and that Orcs are shit, both of which are insanely wrong.
I believe that Woodies are takeable.
All bets are off as far as what actually ends up in the Euro Bowl team.
I believe that Woodies are plenty takeable.
Woodies are absolutely takeable if you have someone who is very good with Woodies, and it's one. So I think there are 6 definite takes, 5 definites and a maybe, but 6. I think it's 6 definites, and then you have 2 spots which are left for the teams that are not nerfed too badly, and you have people who are very confident with those teams. So, like for example, one of those slots on Team England is apparently taken by Purple Goo and Humans. I think that's one of the slots. I don't think Humans are a must take, but if you have a player who's very confident with that, I think Humans are good enough in the rule set that they're a good take. They're fine. And the same, if they had K-Fool on Woodies, then I would take them. Because K-Fool wants to play Woodies, and they're good enough for a top player to do something with. They don't have K-Fool on Woodies, sorry Tree, they just don't. So I'm not a big, push for the Woodies in this particular scenario. And I think it's a shame that they think that way, because I think it's going to give Tree the edge over Thulian, and I would take Thulian before I took Tree. So, yeah, I think Team England's probably just going to end up mid again at the tournament, and then just wonder what went wrong. It's like, well, everything that you did in the run-up went wrong. All of your choices were wrong. Much of your play was wrong. Probably not a surprise.
I want Don Vito on Wood Elf.
I want Don Vito's Rats on the actual Euro Bowl 8. I absolutely want to see it, and I want to see him go 6-0-0 and just laugh at the world that he just didn't bother to learn to play Blood Bowl, and it doesn't matter in tabletop.
Just the problem is, if he runs into me, he loses automatically, because I'm just going to play real slow.
Yeah, so it's going to make his play so much worse.
It's going to throw his game right off.
Take a little special turn counter with just 5,000 years written on it. Just move it really slowly every turn.
My turn counter is just going to be a picture of Rose from the Titanic.
All right, that's enough for that one. See you in the next one, people.
Oh, that was fun.